What's going on, my Planet Pocket people? It's me, Diogen Z, and it's time to play Pokemon Conquest. Last episode, we just claimed Greenleaf Kingdom. Motonari fled to somewhere off in the Ronsei region, and will he find his peace? I don't know. I feel bad for the guy. He's a really nice guy. I didn't want him to leave. I wish he would have joined my army. His calm demeanor really could have helped our strategy levels, but hey, maybe we'll meet him in Ronsei somewhere else. So this episode, as we humiliatingly learned in, I believe, the second episode, you can't rush so hastily to the next kingdom after defeating one without at least taking one turn to train up your warriors. And then it's up to you, because usually you'll find some good warriors roaming around that weren't on your team before and then will become added to your team, and then it's up to you really if you want to take another turn to train them. So we'll see what we can do. I definitely need to train up some more players because all the fire Pokemon that were so successful at taking down Motonari aren't even gonna phase Motochika. And Motochika changes the game entirely. Just like Motonari, he has some special field traps and tricks up his sleeve that I won't ruin, and I'll let you see in the next episode. But they are needing some kind of way to surpass them, and hopefully we'll find that way back in the Greenleaf Kingdom, because now we have access to grass Pokemon. Aurora is mainly home to normal Pokemon, but sometimes you'll find trainers here that have poison types or other random warriors. I keep saying I mentioned trainers. They're not trainers, they're warriors. Big difference. Trainers, as Motonari researched, keep Pokemon in Pokeballs. Warriors, they battle side by side with their main linked Pokemon. A very interesting concept and very awesome. But I doubt that these Seawaddle, as cute as they are, will be very effective against Motochika's army, because they have a bug type move that they're using. That's something that you can also take note of. Just because they are grass bug does not mean that they lose any sort of type move. What I mean by that move type is that you're not going to expect Bug Bite to be a grass type move for some reason. You might have expected that in a game like Pokemon Rumble, which was, to me, seemed rushed in programming, but I don't know. That's not this LP, thank goodness. I had to do that on my channel, and it was grueling. I mean, you want to talk about grinding, something that this game does not do, thankfully. Whew! Rumble ran you rampant with all the grinding. But what's nice about all these battles, even the side battles, is that they are interesting. Everyone is different. Even if you've been to a certain map thousands of times, each match is going to be different. You're going to have different wild Pokemon, you're going to have different circumstances and random occurrences happen. It's really cool, and it keeps me drawn in to this game. I could definitely see plugging in 100 hours minimum. And I'm starting to think that I just maybe, will go for a 100% run of this game. It's unconfirmed as of now because I don't know what it requires. If it requires me to go out to some Nintendo download zone, I'm probably not going to do it. But if they keep doing the download through Wi-Fi missions, which is another thing I'd love to compliment this game on, is that's completely manageable, so I would do that. But these Wi-Fi missions that they're doing is phenomenal. It makes me hope very much so that in the future main RPG games we see, they'll do something similar like this. Because they can take all the warriors, all the Pokemon that are already here, because the sprites are done up, all they have to do is rearrange them and have some new text dialogue, which is simple enough, and program out a different battle sequence. Through Wi-Fi, you can have free DLC. All it takes is for you to download it and then play it. Of course, there may be one or two stipulations that you must complete before playing that downloadable content, but that's incredible. Just like that, you can have new Pokemon to capture that have special moves or abilities, special warrior skills. And that's a pretty useful move. I mean, warrior skill is Fortify. It's nice to have some defensive powers on our team as well. And it's nice to be able to use them too. Boy, was it confusing in the Japanese version. Okay, now this looks like a foolish move, I know. That lineup, I'm setting myself up perfect to be Vine Whipped on every Pokemon. But that's what I want. I want to draw the Carnavine out into the open. This way my Tepig has a chance to attack, and so does Darumaka. This map is a little difficult for Darumaka at times, just because the cliff faces are so close by. But with smart strategy and movement patterns, you can get over that impediment quite easily. And alright, Lullaby. I really want to get this Carnavine, so this must be defeated first. Double Slap Doom! Yeah, you know you like that. It's the sound of my Double Slap Doom. Oh man, that should be a hot dubstep remix. Doom. And have Jigglypuff come into the center of the chorus with its dollar and remix it with dubstep. I tell you guys, if I ever learn dubstep, expect some nasty polka dubstep on this channel. Perfect. That Carnavine I got during Nobunaga's Ambition, and I can tell you what, it is such an important member to have on your team. It really is. Because, as you could note, it floats. And that means it can go over anything. Water, lava, poison, doesn't matter what it is, it's going to float over anything. And that's going to be very vital in the next Warlord match that we have with Motochika in the next kingdom over. So let's collect our present boxes. Yeah, Darumaka is closer to the present and can move less when it comes to getting over to where Eevee is. That's something you also have to keep in mind, is when you see a present, don't lose your marbles, okay? Sometimes those presents are more seductive than you might suppose. Because I know the instinct is to go grab the item quickly as possible, but when you're in the heat of battle, and especially when you're in the middle of a Warlord match, if you ever see a present emerge, then it can be disastrous if you waste your turn going after it separately when you should be attacking or making some kind of strategy with your team, whether it's a disjointed separate and surround or attack on one controlled mega front. You'll be wasting time going after that present, and it may cost you the match. Not to mention that you really can only keep one thing equipped to that Pokemon that hops on the present. So if you don't want to unequip the item that you already have, then don't even worry about it with that particular poke. Go after it with one that has nothing on them, or you don't care for the item that is already there, and you'd like to replace it. I'm not so concerned about Katoni being on our team here, but I do believe the old lady was defeated within time, so that's good. Hey, if I was to do a 100% run, I'm guessing I'm going to eventually have to collect every single warrior in Ronsei. That'll be interesting, huh? I really wonder what happens if you collect every warrior and no one is left to oppose you. Do you get like a super king crown of Ronsei region? I don't know. Interesting. So Nobunaga, this guy who wants to take the Ronsei region for himself and destroy it. He wants to conquer every kingdom just to let it crumble all away and blast it with whatever legendary Pokemon created this region. Oh no, okay, the old lady didn't join us after all. Never mind. All I really care about is Takeyoshi. With him at our side, there's no way that Motochika can deny his destruction. You'll see next episode, though. Okay, not ready to go to Fontaine just quite yet. let's get organized for the next episode. Get ready to go because I have all the grass Pokemon that I really need to take on his kingdom now. Trust me, just getting Carnavine on your side is really all you're going to need. So even if you don't get a hold of Motonari's army remnants, you'll still be fine if you find Takayoshi hanging out in Greenleaf Kingdom. Okay, Carnavine, make it on over there with your friend Takayoshi. And now, before we end out the episode, let's do the most with our turns. And, yeah, who's got the greatest power? You're not the greatest, but you have a Darumaka, and I'm more eager to see, personally, Charmander evolve into a Charizard. So, I want him to fight the next battle. You can go mining. What mining does is get you some extra gold so that you have more coin for the shop. You can buy some great items to equip, potions, and other valuable items like that sort. Things to re-heal your statuses. And I'm actually a little disappointed by the way they did that. You know, it's kind of a shame. I feel like it's a bit of a missed opportunity. It didn't have to be a massive part of the game, definitely not. I don't want something to distract me from my main conquering game, but at the same time, I would have really liked to see the developers maybe have some sort of mini-game in order to get the gold, because it's absolutely down to your charisma, it's down to your power level, so your strongest warrior is going to get your most gold. But of course, in your mind, why would you use your strongest warrior when that warrior is most likely off and succeeding in our conquest for all the kingdoms in Ronsei? You wouldn't. So that's the importance in bringing out all of your warrior's talents. Even if they're not the highest in charisma or power, they can still net you a significant amount of gold. And as we get our army huger and we get some areas needing to be dictated by other warriors that have come into our team, you know, some will just be permanently stationed where they are. They can, every time, if they're not so great at battle, but they do have a okay power level, go into the mines to get some gold. I suppose that's why the developers kept it as not a mini-game. I mean, you know, I really see both sides of the coin, but I'm just thinking of what could they possibly do to make this game better, because it's already astoundingly awesome. But yeah, you know, I see it from both sides, because if I have to do a stupid little mini-game every time I want to do something as simple as earn gold, that inevitably comes down to the power level of my warrior. I don't know why I just did that, but that was silly. Why didn't I attack with Charmander? Too hasty on the A button. It happens. But nevertheless, we have claimed victory, and in the next episode, we shall be claiming a even greater prize. The Fontaine Kingdom. So tune in then, guys. I'm DioGenZ. Remember to subscribe to Planet Poke. You can click that button at the right top hand corner of the screen and get to see all the awesome content of Pokemon Conquest plus more from our brilliant creators. Peace.